Okay, good. We're dabbling into the 1 p.m. Hawaiian Affairs hearing. I'm Senator Maile Shimabukuro, Chair. We also have on this committee Vice Chair Senator Favela and members Ihara, Keohokalole, and Richards. This hearing is being streamed live on YouTube, and you can find links to viewing options for all Senate hearings and meetings on the live and on-demand video page on the legislature's website. If you want to see written testimony, you can go to capitol.hawaii.gov. In the unlikely event that we must abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business, and a public notice will be posted on the website. For those remotely testifying, your testifier audio will be muted and video disabled until it's your turn. And we have a 2-minute time limit. And if there's any temporary technical glitches during your turn, we may have to move on to the next person due to time constraints. And members, please wait to ask your questions until we have heard all the testifiers for that measure. And so first up, we have SCR 114 SR 96, urging DHHL to display a portrait of Prince Kuhio in each state building, office, meeting room, and waiting room under their jurisdiction. And we have DHHL in support.
Aloha, Chair Shimabukuro, Senator Richards, Oriana Leal with DHHL. The department stands on its written testimony in support of this concurrent resolution, and I'm available for questions. Mahalo.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, we have the Center for Hawaiian Sovereignty Studies in opposition, the John Frederick Heidemann Trust opposition, Lou Favorito in support, and Julia Estegoy Kaho'one in support. I think that's all. Anyone else here for SCR 114 or SR 96? Seeing none, members, any questions? Okay. Okay, the last measure on this single agenda we have is SCR 87 SR 73. Urging DHHL to adopt and implement a neighborhood security watch in each homestead area. We have DHHL with comments.
Aloha, the department stands on its written testimony with comments, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have Lou Favorito in support. Anyone else here for SCR 87 SR 73? Seeing none, members, any questions? Question? Yes.
Hawaiian Homes. Didn't want you to come all the way down here and not answer questions.
Okay.
All kidding aside, do you see this as, and realizing these are resolutions, would this help advance the security in Hawaiian Homes, or is this maybe not? What's your thoughts on that?
Currently, there are some neighborhood security watch groups that do the work already. The wheel is already turning, and they work in collaboration with law enforcement as well as the Department of Hawaiian Homelands. When I inquired with our head administrator of our compliance and enforcement team, what he shared with me is that there may be some interest across the Pai'aina, across the different homesteads. However, it can be difficult for homestead community members to dedicate their time and energy towards this.
Yeah, people are working hard enough to get things done, and I get that. And the reason I ask is I'm a big proponent of going after agriculture theft, agriculture crimes, and I realize we have our housing areas, but we also have a lot of pastoral leases and things like that. So, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Other questions, members? Vice Chair Favela?
So, I'm not sure on how we should go about it, because I understand what you're saying about we're not gonna have enough people participating. I would beg to differ if you would involve them in movement in going forward, because we have one person who's been going around to the different homesteads and helping, organizing them to be, you're not Jody, right? Okay. So the reason why I want to tell you the truth, I'm advocating for them because they want this. They want to be more involved than just a security watch thing, but it's having an opportunity to govern Hawaiian homestead land with volunteers like Auntie Jody Dam and some of the other ones. I mean, even like with the one in Nanakuli with Stacy Dam and all those guys, it's growing and it's catching on. So I just, I don't know how we can move with Hawaiian Homes in having these guys help organize, help you guys, I mean, work with in unison, maybe not with Kali, because he's a busy guy or whatever, but you have all you guys there, I don't say you guys have time, but I just want to see something like this moving forward so that we can get more eyes and ears on the street, and then working coincide with law enforcement and Homestead Enforcement Division, and nip this in the bud already, man. It's just too long, some of these stuff. So that's just my thing, and going forward, I'll take you, Chair, for letting me.
Okay, yeah. Any other questions or comments on this measure? Okay, seeing none, then we'll go into decision-making. I think we're ready. Thank you very much for being here.
So we finished the first one already?
Yep, we finished the first one. It was everybody, there was some support, some opposition from the usual
Oh,
suspects.
boy, I have plenty to say. I don't know why nobody, oh, gosh.
Oh, did you want to ask questions about the first one?
Yeah, I definitely want to have questions.
Okay, I mean, if
Well,
it's.
this
if it's a good
mostly,
one. Yeah, yeah, go
okay.
ahead. Yeah,
There's mostly comments. This is the Prince Hill portrait. So in 2023, I had a bill that passed the Senate and wasn't heard in the House, and it was just like this one. And I'm glad you guys are taking up this measure again, because it's very important for us as Hawaiians to have our person that we love and respect a lot in a homestead with Prince Kuhio moving forward. But my one, when taken a little bit further, was at every area that is a state-owned land, like maybe the rail station and other areas, to have Prince Kuhio's portrait put up. Because, you know, the land, we all know that the land belongs to the people of Hawaii, but a lot of people don't understand how his leadership was when it came to his people. Everybody thinking that Prince Kuhio was just about the Hawaiian community and the Hawaiian people, and that's not true. So I want the unification of his face and his legacy to be on not just with Hawaiian homes, which they do have his portrait in a lot of areas, but with state buildings, and that's what was part of the bill that I had talked about. And I'm glad that there's a resolution now mimicking the bill that I had that didn't go anywhere. It didn't go in a house, I guess was in a Hawaiian, and I'm not sure why, I didn't ask them. But I think this is a good recommendation, but if I could add to put in the provisions of state properties around the rail or the rail stations going forward. Somewhere, well, unless you want to look into what my previous bill was and have some other comments inserted into this
oh,
resolution.
yeah, so we could definitely reference your bill
Oh,
in
thank
the,
you.
in the committee report.
Okay, I really
Yeah,
appreciate
I
that.
remember
Chair.
that you had this.
Thank you, I was running with my limp leg and I didn't know I missed the whole thing. But I appreciate if you can.
Yeah.
Because everybody loved it.
Yeah, I know. I
Appreciate it.
remember the bill passed, and so I was happy to see this resolution
Okay.
kind of echoing it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Chair, thank you very much,
Any other
appreciate you.
Comments? Okay.
Yeah, just, though I appreciate comments by Senator, and I can certainly understand Hawaiian homes, but there are other great Hawaiians. And so are we specifying just one as we go forward? And that's my concern, because I definitely understand Hawaiian home side. I got it. But Kamehameha the Third. So I raised that as a question. That's why this one gave me pause thinking about it. So, and that's why I raised the question. It's not that I don't think Prince Kuhio need to be honored, but I'm just saying, but there's others as well. And so that's why I raised that question.
Yeah, and this resolution does, it's talking about just about DHHL, who Kuhio was the founder, was the, of this bill, so of their department. So that's why it's kind of specific to DHHL, but yeah, I totally hear you, that, there's many others that should be honored as well. Sharing that.
Well, most definitely, so we should stop not naming and changing names of our Hawaiian roads and buildings and naming them after non-Hawaiians, so I'm for that too. But we're talking about this one right now. The reason why I'm saying that is because all the land was governed by Prince Kuhio. All the land that the rail is on, this building is on, all of that. So that was the recognition why the Hawaiian community wanted on the rail station, because of the significance of moving EVs and moving in the alignment of the bones and everything a recognition of who he represents, the people, all the people of Hawaii, not just with the queens and the kings that walked around and served their Hawaiian community. He served the brown of all Filipinos, Japanese, Portuguese, he served all the people. And he was a prince, not only for the Hawaiians, but the reason why this came up was that he was a leader of all people of Hawaii. And that's the reason why, Tim, that, Senator, they wanted that to be done. And I understand every year we should have one. I get plenty of places, that I change the name, and you're right, 100%. I agree with you.
But you know what, Senator? That's why we can have this stuck story.
Amen.
and have it work
Thank
out.
you. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, guys.
SMA, were there any technical amendments to either of these resolutions that you don't know? Okay, thanks, Noah. Okay, okay, so I think I'm ready to make a recommendation to vote.
Thank you.
And so we'll start with SCR 114, SR 96. This is urging DHHL to display a portrait of Prince Kuhio in their buildings. And recommendation?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead. So discussion after you.
Okay, yeah, so recommendation of the chair is to pass these out as is. And any discussion?
Yeah, Chair. For the reasons I just articulated, I'm going to support it. I'm listening to Senator Favela, but I'm going to support with reservations just to say that we have others as well.
Yes, very good. And then also for Noah, if you can find the bill, I do remember that bill that Senator Favela introduced in 2022?
Shucks with my notes. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys.
I think,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, if you can just,
Was Senate Bill 278, 2023.
great, yeah. And just reference that bill as well and say, oh, this does support the same goals as that bill I put forward. Would be very good. Okay, but with that being said, then pass as is.
All right, Senator, Chair Bakura,
Aye?
Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Ihara.
Aye.
Senator Kehokolole, excuse. Senator Richards, I got you as reservation.
Yeah.
Motion adopted.
Thank you very much. And then the last measure, SCR 87, SR 73, urging DHHL to adopt and implement a neighborhood security watch in each homestead area. Recommendation is to pass as is, but I would like to summarize DHHL's testimony, their comments in the
Yes.
committee report to acknowledge that they are making strides towards addressing security issues as well. And they laid out several of these strategies they're already doing, which is very good. Okay, but otherwise, pass as is. Any
I
discussion?
only get 73, 87.
Yeah, so we just voted on SCR 114 and SR 96.
Okay, so I
at the
just
same
put that
time.
over there.
Yeah, now we're gonna vote on SCR 87 and SR 73 at the same time. Yeah,
Okay, I can just fix something.
yeah, just put this.
Okay, unamended.
Yes, pass as is, unamended. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none? then
All right,
vote.
Chair Shubakuro,
Aye,
Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Ihara.
Aye.
Senator Kehokolole, excused. Senator Richards.
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
okay, thank you, we're adjourned, and now, we do have Good afternoon, opening the joint agenda for the Hawaiian Affairs and Water Land Committees. I already went through the preliminary housekeeping, so I'll skip through that. And we just have two measures. We're gonna start with HB 2029, allows DHHL to assume historic preservation reviews. And first up, we have DHHL in support.
Aloha chairs, vice chairs, members of the committees, Oriana Leal with DHHL. The department stands on its written testimony in strong support of this measure, and I'm available for questions. Mahalo.
Thank you. We'll leave it on Zoom as well. We also have DLNR in support, and I see Director Downer there.
Defeated by my own technology.
Yep, now we hear you.
Aloha Chair, members of the committee, I'm Alan Downer, Administrator of the State Historic Preservation Division, and the department stands on its written testimony and support.
Thank you so much. Historic Hawaii Foundation opposition. Jacqueline Ambrose in support. Anyone else here for HB 2029? Seeing none, members, any questions?
Quick question.
Question, yes, Senator Richards.
Yeah, DHHL. I think big question is capacity. You guys have the capacity?
I have the privilege of working with the Nahasda team that is headed by Lehuakini Laukana, and we just hired one staffer who has experience in both. She has a background in Hawaiian studies and SHPD work. She used to work for SHPD, so I'm happy to have one. We would like to have more capacity. Like I mentioned, we would like to have more.
Because this has been one of the complaints about SHPD is they don't have the capacity to do what they're supposed to do, and maybe this will free things up a little bit. So, all right, thank you, Chair.
Okay, other questions, members? Yes, Senator Elafante.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I don't know if this bill was further amended from the House side regarding minimal qualifications for someone that would have to certify a lot of these reviews. So is that something that DHHL would, like the minimum qualifications for hiring a position to review these projects?
As noted in our testimony, we prefer this current House Draft 1 version. We do know that those amendments were made to the Senate version of this bill. However, we don't concur with those amendments because it would place a requirement upon us that is not currently placed upon SHPD.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so you like this language? Yes. Other questions? Okay, see none, then you can move on to the next measure.
We'll recess.
Oh, we have to recess?
Get back.
Oh, you have to go?
The chair wants to lead this portion
Oh,
of the
okay.
agenda. So if
Oh,
you don't
okay,
mind,
okay.
Chair, if we
Sure.
can recess and we'll come back and continue the agenda.
Because we can't, we'll recess, recess, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Joint Committees on Water and Land and the Hawaiian Committee is on its agenda of Tuesday, March 19th, and will proceed to HB 2626, House Draft 1, Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Sense Communication in support, Mayor Beeson, County of Maui in support. We do have, let's see, with this measure, we have in support 55, no opposition members. And this measure, is anyone else wishing to speak on HB 2626 House Draft 1? Do we have Olan Fisher? Okay.
Yes, aloha.
On Zoom. Proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, and committee members for both committees. I'm Olale Momi Fisher, representing Kua'aina Uluawamo, or KUA. We stand on our testimony in strong support of this measure to hopefully increase more thoughtful and culturally based restorative aquaculture efforts of state-owned fish ponds. However, I did quickly want to address and acknowledge the written testimony offered by HVAC. Although we greatly appreciate their support of this measure, we think that the amendment they suggest is premature for the issue of fish pond management plans at this time. Our main concern with their suggested amendment is that for the majority, if not all, of fish ponds currently being restored, with the Department of Health concerns over water quality, you can't really sell the fish raised from these ponds yet. So basically, the water quality concerns need to be addressed first before any actual sale of fish pond raised fish are even considered. So this bill is geared toward restorative aquaculture first and foremost before we start thinking about any kind of requirement for producing sufficient amounts of fish for food on a large scale basis. So mahalo again, and please pass this measure in its current form. Thank you.
Thank you, Olan. Fatima Obed is on Zoom, IT?
Not present on Zoom, Chair.
All right, Sense Communication in support. Is there anyone else wishes to speak to HB 2626, House Draft 1 relating to fish ponds? Hearing none, we can.
Yeah, go straight to decision making.
Yeah, IT will be going straight into decision making with the two items on the agenda. Okay, Hawaiian, your
Sam?
recommendations.
Okay, maybe we'll go to your bill first, because my committee clerk just walked out.
Okay, let's see.
We don't have quorum.
Oh, we don't have.
Oh, Okay, okay, okay. Sam, we can have Senator Kyogo take the vote with his vote sheets?
For water and land, do we have one? I don't.
No, but we can still do the vote for Hawaiian.
Oh,
Okay,
we
we'll
need
take the vote
favela.
Hawaiian and then,
Yes.
and then we'll take the vote for Hawaiian and then recess.
Do you have the vote sheets?
He's voting somewhere else.
Favela.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
good, good.
Need the vote sheets.
So go with ours. No,
Oh, actually, now that he's here, we can take the vote.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Go
So,
ahead.
House Bill 2029, this is, allows the HTL to assume historic preservation reviews of any projects. You know, I would like to make it, give it a good date, if that's okay with the other committee. So make it, and I checked with the HTL, so make it effective upon approval, rather than right now it has a flawed date. So is that, that's any discussion? Okay.
Hold on, what bill is
Seeing
that?
none, HB 2029 passed with amendments, just giving it a good date, effective upon approval. Any technical?
HB
Did these know?
2029.
Yep. And so if you could take the vote.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. With, unamended.
No, Pat, with amendments, yeah.
Okay.
Make a good date.
Chair Sherwood,
Aye?
Vice Chair votes no. Senator Ihara,
No.
Senator Kehoe Kalole,
Aye.
Senator Richards.
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, for the Committee on Water and Land, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments and that's to perfect the date.
Yes.
July 1st,
Effective upon approval.
upon approval. Okay, any discussions, the Committee on Water and Land? Senator Elafante?
Yeah, Chair, I don't think I can support this, as this is coming on to one agency to review that. Initially, I did support the Senate bill, but I have concerns with the upon approval. I was hoping we could have more dialogue or discussion regarding that. So for those reasons, I'll be voting no.
Okay, any further discussions? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote on the Committee on Water and Land.
Okay, Chair's recommendations to pass with amendments, HB 2029, HD2.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Just defect the date.
Oh, yeah, should we, okay, wait. We just, that's a good point, because if we have a 2 no votes, because you're the other committee, Waterland Committee. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with keeping the date defective, if that would be more comfortable for everyone to vote.
Yeah, I would be,
Defective is good.
To
defective
go,
is good.
Then you go to conference.
Yeah, they gotta reconsider.
And I'll go WR.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna type.
You gotta,
Okay, so sorry. So we need to take the vote again for Hawaiian. So we need to reconsider, yeah, okay.
Can you recess just so that we can clarify and make sure we do the procedure right on that?
Okay, yeah, recess, yeah. Reconvening, the joint committees on Hawaiian Affairs and Water and Land. After discussion with the committee members, we are going to actually reconsider for House Bill 2029. This is allowing DHHL to assume historic preservation reviews. We're going to reconsider the vote that Hawaiian Affairs just took, which was to pass with amendment, to give it a good date. We're going to actually reconsider that decision. And so, any discussion about this vote? Okay, so Vice Chair, we're going to reconsider our previous vote on House Bill 2029.
Okay, thank you for all of that, but I still gonna be no. Thank you, Chair. Chair Shibukuro,
Aye?
Vice Chair votes no. Senator Ihara.
Aye.
Senator Kehoe Kalole.
Aye.
Senator Richards.
Aye.
All right, 4-1 adopted.
Okay, so now Hawaiian Affairs is now going to take a new vote on House Bill 2029, which is to pass unamended. Any discussion?
Yes, unamended.
Yeah, the discussion
Discussion,
is
yes.
that if the objective is to keep the vehicle moving, then might I suggest redefecting the effective date, in which case the bill will proceed to conference, lest we send back a House vehicle with a House draft. The House could elect to Well, the bill would go to the governor.
Otherwise, it goes straight up.
The bill would go to the
Oh,
governor
so
with the
redefecting,
effective
so
date.
giving a new defective date.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So explain
Thank
that
you.
again, Jared.
So right now, we are considering House Bill 2029, House Draft 2, which has a defective effective date. If we move this measure unamended through the Senate, it will go directly to the governor with a defective date, and the governor will be forced to veto the bill. So if the objective in the committee is to keep the measure moving for discussion purposes, to get to conference, then we need an SD.
Ah, okay, okay,
With a new
thank you.
date.
Good thing
That's
you
right.
know these technical.
Okay.
With a new
Okay,
date.
new defective date. Good,
how-
geez, so
what we're
passing
gonna
with
do now?
amendments.
Passing with amendment.
And then
just
that's
across
gonna
the
be
board.
like going to conference.
Where I'm gonna cut,
Yeah.
but that's
Okay.
okay.
All right,
Good
then I'll
thing you
change
caught
my
it.
vote to aye. Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
You gotta articulate, you
Yeah, okay.
the
So
date.
yes,
Okay.
we are going to, based on discussion of the members, we are going to pass HB 2029 with amendments, giving it a new defective date.
What's the date?
I guess we can do what,
July 1, 2050.
July 1, 2015. I always see that
All
one.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for pointing that out.
Okay,
So pass
so-
with amendments.
Chair Bakuro,
Aye?
Chair, Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Yahara,
Reservations.
oh shucks. Okay, Senator Keo Kolole,
Aye.
Senator Richards,
All right.
all right, adopted.
Thank you.
For the Committee on Water and Land, same recommendation to pass HB 2029, House Draft 2 with amendments. Any discussions, Water and Land Committee? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote, Chair goes aye.
Okay, Chair's recommendations to pass with amendments HB 2029 HD2. Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye with reservation. Senator Chang is excused. Senator McKelvey is excused. Senator Favela.
Aye.
Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Thank you. For HB 2626, a joint committee with Water and Land and Hawaiian Affairs. Chair's recommendation, this is an overwhelming support of all the communications. Chair's recommendation that we will perfect the date upon approval. Any discussions?
Okay, hold on, I get the wrong one.
Okay.
I did 2020, I thought this was on 0, but it was 6. This is a
Oh.
big mistake, right? This is the 26, 26 right now, right?
Oh, you can do that
Yeah, we
after.
can, yeah, we can correct it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Where's the people then? Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
it's the right one then. This is the right one, huh?
For the previous bill.
No, yeah, now we're on 2626,
Oh.
HB. Yeah,
Okay.
and the
Yeah, we can
vote
just
sheets
correct it
you
later.
can correct.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So is that inagreeable?
Yes.
Okay, we'll perfect the date upon approval. Any discussions? Water and Land Committee, Vice Chair for the vote, Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendations to pass with amendments HB 2626 HD1 of the three members present on water, land. Any no votes? Any votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Thank you.
And for Hawaiian Affairs, same recommendation to give it a good date, and any discussion. Seeing none, then Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, Chair Shubakuro,
Aye?
Chair was aye, Vice Chair, Senator Ihara, aye, Senator Keo Kalole.
Aye.
Senator Richards,
Aye.
all right? Adopted.
All right, we are adjourned.
Thank you very much.